Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Monday, April the 4th. You can, of course, follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com, Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com, Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com, Shifts and Pucks, and subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Tonight we are back with another podcast, as today we got the Calgary Flames placing the LA Kings. So when the Flames play Mondays, we switch it up and we will talk Flames today. It will be 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, ahead of the Flames LA Kings game, which is actually a bigger game than than I think was expected a little bit earlier on this in March here, that game. And so we'll get into that. We'll talk about the Flames road trip, the first time they've been on the road since January, and a really lengthy trip, actually. So since January, it might be a good time for them to get on the road. So they'll be in LA, Anaheim, San Jose, and Seattle this week, starting in LA tonight. So we'll talk about that. We'll get into lineup news and notes. We'll also talk about some of the other news going on, including the Jay Beagle story. We'll touch on Jay Beagle, Troy Terry, and Tyson Nash in the Anaheim Ducks Arizona Coyotes game, which has caught a lot of people's attention from Friday. But we'll touch on the Flames here a little bit here as well, just some call-ups and stuff. But we have to start with some unfortunate news involving Mike Bossy, the Islanders legend, has entered palliative care. Of course, he's a New York Islander Hall of Famer. He four-time Stanley Cup championship, was diagnosed with lung cancer last October. He, of course, 1,126 points, 573 goals, 553 assists, and 752 NHL regular season games. He spent his entire 10-season career with the New York Islanders. He won the Calder Trophy back in 1978. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy back in 1982. He was also a three-time Lady Byng Trophy recipient, 1982-83, 1983-84, and 1985-86. Back injury forced Bossy to retire in 1987, and he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1991. So a legendary career for Mike Bossy. And our thoughts are with the Islander family, the Bossy family, and his friends. It's been a tough recent run here for tough times here for the New York Islander family for sure. Clark Gillies passing away recently as well. So this has been a tough year. Bossy, by the way, lowest scoring goal total in his entire career during a regular season was 38. He was a 50-goal scorer 9 times, and his highest career point mark was 147 back in 1982. So he was a 15th pick in the 1977 amateur draft. So Mike Bossy, our thoughts are with them as well. Now, to get to the Calgary Flames here and the Los Angeles Kings, as that game is tonight, we'll get into some lineup notes. The Flames have officially called up Adam Ruzicka and Juuso Valimaki. And that was expected. Ruzicka and Valimaki were one of 4 players that were scratches from Stockton last night. Brett Ritchie and Oliver Shillington did not make the road trip. So that is so expect that. Calle Yarncroke looks like he did make the road trip here. So that's good news. And as well, in terms of any other lineup notes here, that is what we have at this particular point in time. That looks like we don't have any other notes. As far as the Kings go here, they're rolling right along, but they've got they're rolling right along. They're basically trying to get into the tournament here, but that's their big goal, and they're doing quite well. Thank you very much. The Kings will come into this game tonight having won 2 in a row, 38, 23, and 10. They are at 86 points. They're 3 points behind the Flames, 40, 19, and 9. And the Flames do have 3 games in hand. The Kings remain 1 point ahead of the Edmonton Oilers, who have won 4 in a row. So that's going to be interesting. It looks like a little bit of a battle heading down the stretch here for first, not only second, but first maybe as well, depending on what the Flames do with their 3 games in hand. It's great to have those games in hand, but you do have to do more with them. So Flames and Kings we'll dig into more. We'll have more lineup notes tonight on our podcast later on today, but that is some of the news there. There are 3 other games in the National Hockey League to look at. The Boston Bruins are taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, as the Bruins won 8 of their last 10. They are at 91 points, and right now just 2 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning, hanging it for second and third in the Atlantic. The Florida Panthers, by the way, clinched a playoff spot this weekend. Columbus, of course, should get Zach Werenski back in the lineup, as they're 32, and 5 this season. We also have the Arizona Coyotes taking on the St. Louis Blues. The Blues are right now they're kind of sitting quite content in third place in the Central Division at 86 points. They're 5 points behind the Minnesota Wild. They're 4 points ahead of the Nashville Predators. So it looks like that's where the chances are where they will stay. The Arizona Coyotes are, of course, at 49 points, have the worst point total in the Western Conference, as well as the worst win percentage. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. That should be probably if it's not the game of the night, it's the second one for sure, depending on your perspective. As I mentioned, the Leafs are coming in and the Lightning are tied actually at 93 points. The Leafs officially holding second place here with 44 wins. Tampa Bay having 43 wins. So that should be a pretty interesting game. The Leafs have won 4 in a row. So 3 stars of the week. Here we have Connor McDavid being the first star of the week. Stop me if you heard this before. He got to 100 points this week. He had 5 goals, 3 assists in 4 games. 5th time in 7 NHL seasons that McDavid hit the 100-point mark. Oilers had a perfect week. Scored, of course, last night. Scored in a 6-1 win over the Arizona Coyotes on the 28th. 2 points a hit, 100-point mark. And as well, the 6th player in league history to complete 5 100-point seasons before the age of 26. So, Connor McDavid, your first star. Alexander Barkov is your second star. He recorded 2 points in all 4 of this contest this week, matching McDavid for the leads in goals and points. He had 8, as the Panthers, of course, clinched a berth in the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs, the first team to officially clinch a berth in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He scored twice in 2 outings, and he set a franchise record 37th game-winning goal. He's a Chicago Blackhawks on March 31st. And twice in the 7-6 overtime win versus the New Jersey Devils, which they headed into the third period down 6-2. So Alexander Barkov is the second star. He is 72 points and 56 total outings this season. He's one of the league leaders in shorthanded goals with 4 point per game, 9 with 1.29, plus minus plus 31 as well. So Alexander Barkov is the third star. And Semyon Varlamov from the New York Islanders is the third star. He stopped 99 of 104 shots he faced. He went 3-0 with a 1.67 goals against average, 952 save percentage. The Islanders had a 4-win week, sorry. They are 11 points back of the Washington Capitals, but they've won 4 in a row. The chances are bleak that the Islanders will make a run for it, but they are playing a lot better than they have at the start of the season. So that is something just an interesting side note to watch. He earned his 36 career shutout with 24 saves and a 3-0 victory over the Rangers on April 1st. As well, He has 4 straight shutouts at Madison Square Garden as well. So the 3 stars again, Connor McDavid, the first star of the week, Alexander Barkov, the second star of the week, and Semyon Varlamov, the third star of the week. Looking at some injury news and other things to update you about here. We mentioned Zach Werenski. He is slated to return to the Blue Jackets tonight against the Bruins. William Nylander will be a game time decision for the Maple Leafs. Brendan Gallagher could be back Tuesday for the Montreal Canadiens as well. He's missed 8 games with a lower body injury. The Canadiens play Ottawa tomorrow. He has 14 points in 43 games for the Canadiens this season. As far as the Canucks go, they're back in action Wednesday, by the way, against the Vegas Golden Knights. Jason Dickinson and Tucker Pullman played last night, as did Bo Horvat, who left the game against the St. Louis Blues due to an non-COVID illness. He was back in the lineup yesterday, but Pullman sustained an injury in 4:25 in the first period. He will be reevaluated today. That was Pullman's first game since January 27th. He has missed games with migraine headaches. He missed 26 games. So hopefully, it's been a tough year for Tucker Pullman. Hopefully, he gets better. The Philadelphia Flyers, Nick Seeler will be out indefinitely because of a lower body injury as well. He left in the third period of the 6-3 loss to the Leafs on Saturday, which was, by the way, the end of Keith Yandle's Ironman streak. Yandle being a healthy scratch. Also wanted to touch on here, the Abbotsford Canucks clinched a playoff spot this week, yesterday, and it was a 3-1 win over the Laval Rocket. And so that's some news. We will be wanting to touch on the Abbotsford Canucks a little bit more here. We'll do a playoff preview involving them. The interesting thing about the AHL here is the first round playoff series is that higher seed teams host the entire series. So it's not 2 games at home ice, 2 games on the road, 2 games. It's all on the higher seed part here. They are tied with the Condors here with 70 points. The Bakersfield Condors and the Abbotsford Canucks have 70 points. It looks like that is the first round matchup. So we'll see what happens there. Abbotsford has 9 games remaining. Bakersfield has 10 games remaining. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. As far as the WHL, the stars of the players of the week, the player of the week is Logan Stankoven from the Kamloops Blazers. 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points in 3 games, as the Blazers clinched the BC division this week for the second straight year. And from the Prince Albert Raiders, Tycon Chaika is the goalie of the week. In 3 games, he had a 1.34 goals against average and a 9.49 save percentage. Another team clinched a spot in the playoffs in the WHL. The Brandon Wheat Kings are now the 6th team to clinch a playoff spot. So 6 teams in the Eastern Conference have clinched. 5 teams in the Western Conference have clinched playoff spots. BCHL action continues here as the playoffs continue on here as we go through our scores here. Yesterday there was 1 game, and it was the Salmon Arm Silverbacks beat the Wenatchee Wild 6-2, and that is that game there. And so tonight, in terms of games that are going on, there's 1 game we've got 5 games tonight, it looks like. It is Prince George Spruce Kings and the Cranbrook Bucks. Penticton taking on the Trail Smoke Eaters. We have the Verdant Vipers taking on the West Kelowna Warriors. Nanaimo taking on Surrey. Here, Nanaimo Clippers taking on the Surrey Eagles. And we also have those are the 5 games. So again, Prince George, Cranbrook, Chilliwack, Coquitlam, Penticton Trail, the West Kelowna taking on Vernon, and Nanaimo and Surrey. There are the 5 games that are going on today in the BCHL. As far as the BCEHL, we say congratulations to the Northwest Hawks as they have won the U17 championship with a 6-3 victory over the Northeast Chiefs. And we also say congratulations to the Fraser Valley Rush as they have advanced into the Esso Cup, as well as they were able to advance. And as I pull up the score here, just give me a quick moment. 2021-2002 Pacific Regional Champions Fraser Valley, they are advancing into their next round here. They will be heading to the National Esso Cup in May, 2 weekends over a much more experienced Edmonton squad. And so congratulations to the Fraser Valley Rush, as well as they beat the Edmonton Pandas twice this weekend. So that is the news for today. You can follow us all individually on Twitter. Sean Beardy Canuck 03, Chris Schneid's SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhow 09, Tyler TNOBLE, I am KEVOLE, Shifts and Pucks on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.